The only right way to make payment on a collection or charge off. After you have the settlement offer in writing that states X amount of dollars will be accepted as paid as agreed, then you can proceed with making payment by cashier's check or money order. Do not pay by cash because that leaves you without a proper and adequate paper trail, which you might need later. Never, never, ever give your bank information, not even the name of the bank, to a collector. Do not let them set up automatic withdrawal because that could result in disaster. You should think of the collector as your opponent. You would never let an enemy insert their long, greedy fingers into your bank account, would you? If you divulge your banking information, there is nothing stopping them from automatically drawing out all the money, including their unnecessary late fees and outrageous interest charges as well. You cannot count on what they tell you over the phone in regards as to how much they will withdraw. Verbal promises mean nothing in the world of collections. Verbal promises can be denied later, and then it is your word against theirs, which leaves you as the loser. As soon as a collector gets your bank account information, he or she will hang up, stand tall in their cubicle, raise their arms out, and shout, "Woo! I got one!" Then the manager will emerge from his or her office and give the collector a big high five and assist in processing the withdrawal. I have been inside collection companies and have witnessed this very thing happen. Only later do you discover they took out more than what you agreed. You call them up angry, but it does no good. The collector, now smug, replies, "I never said that. You owe us this much and that's what we took." Click. What can you do? They got your money, too much of it, and you were the one who gave them the key to open your account. Pay by check. Refuse to be bullied by threats of not giving you the settlement if you pay by cashier's check or money order. And don't let them withdraw the money the same day. That's a bunch of baloney. They will be happy to take the cashier's check or money order by mail as opposed to receiving nothing at all. If you pay by money order, follow the directions below, the same as if you were paying by check. Please pay strict attention to the 5-step process I've outlined here. 5 mandatory steps to getting the collection deleted from your record. The following steps follow these exactly. This is how the best professional credit experts get collections removed from your credit file. 1. On the lower left corner or wherever you can find space, write "Paid in full as agreed." Even though you asked for a letter that says "Paid as agreed" on your check or money order, you're going to take it a step further and write "Paid in full as agreed." 2. Make 4 photocopies of your check. One is for you to keep, the other 3 are for the credit bureaus. If only one credit bureau reports the collection, you can make 2 copies. 3. Make 4 copies of the settlement agreement, letter or e-letter the collector gave you, and then follow same as above. Send in the check. This is number 4. Send in the check to the collector. When they cash the check or money order, they are agreeing to the terms on the front, including the amount and the wording "Paid in full as agreed." Don't worry, they're not going to forgo cashing and collecting money because those words are on the front. It never happened so far. 5. Keeping 1 copy for yourself, send in a copy of the check and a copy of your agreement to each credit bureau that reports the collection. Include a cover letter that says, "This collection must be deleted because I paid in full as agreed. By law, you are therefore required to delete this account." This is the final step, the secret sauce, so to speak. Important. Up until this point, when you write the check, you've been speaking to the collector using the phrase "paid as agreed." But when you actually write your check, expand the phrase to say "paid in full as agreed." How to handle an old collection account. If your collection account is old and will soon drop off your credit report, then I suggest you ignore it and let it disappear on its own. If no one has contacted you about it, then hopefully another company won't buy the debt before it drops off your report. Important note, if you set up payments or make a partial payment as opposed to paying in full, you are taking a huge risk because you might restart the statute of limitations and thus make yourself vulnerable to new collection efforts or even a lawsuit for the total balance. On the other hand, if another collection agency buys the debt, then you will have to deal with it. Sometimes this happens. For example, the state of Rhode Island allows collections to remain on file for 10 years, and even if you are not in Rhode Island, many collectors like to set up shop there because of the long time period they have to collect. Once a collection is 7 years old or has expired according to the appropriate state law, write a letter to the credit bureaus stating how the old account is and demand that it be taken off your record, per the Fair Credit Reporting Act. The appropriate state is usually the state in which you obtained the loan or the state where you currently live. Sometimes it is based on the state described in your contract, which is usually the case for credit cards. When your collection account is sold to another company. A collection agency may sell a debt to another collection company. This happens frequently. However, it is not legal for them to start the 7-year statute of limitations all over again. So, a collection agency can sell a debt that is super old, but they cannot report it to the credit bureaus after 7 years from the date of last activity with the original creditor. It is important for you to know this because some collection agencies violate this law. They continue to report the bad account to the bureaus past the statute of limitations, and unless someone complains, they get away with it. Important note, a collector cannot report a debt that is more than 7 years past the date of last activity with the original creditor. Duplicate negative information penalize you twice. You are not supposed to be penalized twice for the same incident, per law. If you were late on your credit card, then the credit card company sold the account to a collector, your credit report might show a 90-day late with the credit card and show it with the collector, thus penalizing your credit score twice for the same account. Letter number 12 in the packet of letters is a dispute letter to send to the credit bureaus to have the duplicate removed. Please note that the duplicate account you want removed is the first original account with the credit card company, not the latest account with the collector. Because the original creditor sold the account and because it is older, it will be the easiest one to remove. After that success, you can tackle the account with the collection agency, either negotiating a settlement or disputing in whichever is appropriate for your situation.